Guys, I'm so excited because Protoss vs. Protoss has really hit this point of stability where I really do think the better player wins, and it's not really that coin flippy, especially because of how many mind games that go into it, especially with two players that have as diversified build orders, because they're capable of one base all-ins. They can play two base. They can play macro and sit back and turtle and bring out motherships and colossi.
Yeah. I think this map is probably... I do want to actually build on what you were saying. Yes, I do feel like the better player actually wins, but to an extent, based on maps, there is that certain level of rock, paper, scissors. I don't think it's anywhere near as extreme as it used to be. I mean, things have become a lot less volatile, but Cloud Kingdom offers, I think, the most volatility out of any of our maps in the map pool for PvP. The main reason is Blink Stalkers are so effective over here. And when you have like Blink Stalkers being effective, you actually have the hard counter, which comes out, which is, I shouldn't say hard counter, but it's like you go a really fast expansion and you get Immortals super fast. And that's supposed to directly deal with that. You have like 2 or 3 Immortals by the time Blink is done. You can get like 4 Immortals and then split the 2 Immortals so that you don't get like, you know, blinked up onto this high ground and then sentries come here and force field. You can actually protect this area. So there are a lot of different strategies like that, but then of course the other rock, paper, scissors is going to be some people just read into that and say, you're playing so greedy, I'm going to go Stargate on you, which doesn't make sense at all on this map. But it's for the fact that people like to really hard counter.
Metagame of metagames.
Exactly.
Man.
And what comes to my mind is Bishu. I've seen Bishu do very different styles on this map. Even though he is one of the most volatile players, he likes to go 4-gate Robo, Blink, and he also likes to go 1-gate Expand, Robo, and just all Chrono Boost goes to those robotics facilities. You get sentries, and then you try to defend against Blink Stalkers, and you have a giant economic lead on your opponent. And that's why those two different extremes are very, very common on this map.
Quick second gas from HerO. Alicia delays his for, you know, more standard timing midway through his cybernetics. Actually, no, it's a little bit delayed. So he puts down his second gateway a little bit later as well. HerO has everything squeezed out just a little bit quicker. Guys, on Cloud Kingdom, just like you were saying, Andre, Blink is very prevalent on this map.
Oh, I didn't even tell everybody why. Can you do that, Frodo? I'm sorry.
The ledges are very wide open. It's there's lots of, and the cliffs actually do help Blink Stalkers considerably as well. But I think one thing that's really good is that you can also set up like a nice concave defensively for Blink Stalkers as well, if you're clever about it. And the observer can kind of be in a safe spot to pick things off. It works both ways. Because the ledge goes so far out, you can pick stuff off and gain a lot of space. But as a result, that makes you much more contained as well because they have so much vision. Yeah. And there's always the threat of the counterattack, especially from the third to the main. If you ever leave, it's like, oh, blink into your base, kill a bunch of stuff, and then blink out and go out and defend. Which is so annoying. But then people also, just like you said, use that knowledge and go Robo. And that's why I do like seeing just like a safe Immortal style on this map. But it looks like we're not going to see any of that, are we?
No, both these players go in Twilight Council. Now, I was saying styles where, you know, you're kind of countering the metagame. But both these players are playing the metagame 100%. I expect another gateway to go down. Normally 3-gate Blink is the most standard. It's kind of preference whether you go robotics facility or not. If you go Robo, you're actually looking to do a little bit of pressure. If you're not going Robo, you're looking to expand. So we'll look in a little bit, see where these players actually take it. You can see a 3rd gateway going down for Alicia. So he's definitely going to, well, it's too early to tell, so I don't want to actually give any predictions.
Alicia's doing more of a defensive Blink because he expects his opponent because he squeezed out a sentry instead. And that gives him, I guess, the flexibility to expand a little quicker, too, because he did get a 3rd gate, but he's not planning gates 3 and 4. At the same time, so is HerO. He's keeping his build very flexible as well, only staying on 2 gates. And that's kind of like a huge pivot point in this build because some players plant down 2 more gates and then go into like maybe like whatever Twilight tech from that point on. Some people go, like I know Sokka sometimes does like DTs from this position and then tries to go. Some people go directly into Robo, which is what HerO is doing. So there's lots of versatility in the 2-gate. But one thing that's super interesting is this.
Whoa,
a
hallucination. All right, so let's think of all the oh, okay, never mind.
For scouting?
For scouting.
Yeah.
Okay, so he hallucinates a Phoenix, and it does the same thing an Observer does.
Nah, man. Hallucinate a Warp Prism.
Whoa.
And then bait it so that he's like trying to go for a Warp Prism.
Oh, but Alicia being caught out in the middle of the field.
Oh, a blink forward from HerO as well, but the Guardian Shield, that's a good Guardian Shield to buy some time. You can see a lot of shots were taken by the Stalkers, and Alicia utilized that sentry very nicely. HerO's forced to blink out. So that's a great salvage of the situation. Very heads-up play by Alicia.
Yeah, there's a little bit of chase, but blink against blink, you're not really going to find any of these players catching up. I like this robotics facility. You can see it's a little bit more defensive. Getting those Immortals out actually solidifies your position. There's no way you can offensively blink. Micro isn't anything anymore because now I have blink stalkers for myself. On top of that, I have this hard-hitting unit that I can do tons of damage with. And I love this. Liquid HerO actually has this probe right near the main base or the natural base of Alicia's. He can definitely use this for a lot of, counterattacking threats. So we're going to see if that actually happens. Alicia going robotics facility as well. So did he abandon? Yeah, he had to abandon hallucination. He did.
Oh, he did. He stopped the hallucination.
You guys can't see in the bottom right, but
that would have been really cool, man, if he used hallucination for like a Warp Prism, faked out his opponent, like blinked in, sniped some stuff, or force field the ram. I don't know, something cool like that.
Oh,
HerO
he might be able to get one. No, I think blink is going to be up in time. No, he gets that one and blinks up to the high ground. So you can definitely see. Oh, wow, forced to cancel, yeah.
That's actually really nice. HerO doesn't necessarily know about his opponent's lack of expand. Oh, just kidding. He did have an Observer that did get picked off. Now, you can see that Alicia's making his own Observer as well. Man, but Alicia's going to expand right here. And I think this is actually really safe by Alicia because he's showing lots of signs of aggression. Yeah,
you can't do this if you're not taking your opponent's side of the field. That's what it comes down to. Defensive blink will not work here because Immortals will be shoved down your throat so fast. And oh my god, HerO being caught. Loses one Stalker, not that big of a deal, so I made a big deal out of nothing. But there's that offensive blink yet again.
The vision up the ramp.
And he'll be able to get another Stalker. Nice. So these little inches, man, and if you've watched Any Given Sunday, which apparently everybody in our office has, it's those inches that add up to that mile, man, that makes you just so far ahead.
The force field isolates one of the Immortals as well, and they're not attacking necessarily the Stalkers. HerO's Immortal is doing some pretty good damage, though, in the back. HerO does have a good number of Stalkers as well. Has to be very cautious because you don't want to overextend. A lot of the Stalkers are weak, but the Warp-In is good for HerO, but Alicia also has more Stalkers in reinforcement as well. Now, Alicia's expansion has been up. Both players really want to hold on to it. And HerO does manage to stabilize for now with a pretty comfortable worker lead. If HerO can hold this, he's going to have a very nice advantage.
Yeah, HerO weathered the storm really, really nicely, but this is going to be the big test. Another Warp-In of units. Is there going to be an offensive blink? You can see not a good concave for HerO. He's going to lose his Immortal. That's so critical.
A lot of the Stalkers aren't even firing. He could utilize some of the high ground as well, but Alicia able to utilize his concave to really whittle down the positioning. Another Mortal coming out for HerO.
And he's going to snipe it, Frodan. This is so nice. Now Alicia can just back up from here. And look, he has his own expansion. He has his own robotics facility. He could just start making Immortals for himself, play it defensive, and know that he's so far ahead. HerO has basically one move. If he macros from here, he's dead. He's just too far away from getting that second Nexus, so he needs to go ahead and put pressure. But what can he really do, Frodan? It's not looking good.
Yeah, the second, what am I thinking of? The second Immortal that HerO are pushing out, well, it got picked off immediately, and then the other one was doing a good job, but then he couldn't get into a good position because of the concave from Alicia was too good. His Stalker Michael was awesome, and he's blinking a lot better too than HerO. He's able to save his Stalkers, while HerO's kind of losing one or two every time he blinks, and it's just that those kinds of advantages pile over time. Now, Alicia does have an expansion, but what makes expansion so powerful is the availability of extra gas. Especially over time, you can double your opponent. HerO trying to set up some kind of counterattack, but realistically, what does he have to do? He can maybe force his opponent out of position and try to get a nice blink, but I don't think he can really do anything. Yeah, he's trying to do that.
He's trying to just do guerrilla warfare just to get back into the game. Right now, he has placed that Nexus, but when you place this Nexus, you're basically saying, okay, you are so far ahead of me in the expansion. that I need to do some ridiculous harass. Now, what it looks like normally is that HerO's doing an all-in, just as I was saying before. But what's kind of cool about HerO's play is that he's making it look like it's all in to stop probing as much as possible, and then doing some probe harassment. You can see right here, he's going to be giving up a couple of stalkers over in the middle of the map. But look at this, one-shotting every single one of the probes. Very nicely done. And he's just going to, oh, he actually wasted the blink.
Nah, or just repositioned.
No.
Yeah, the stalkers. Those stalkers, man, just go down, fight honorably, try to pick off whatever they can. Really trying to optimize whatever you can. And picking off workers is actually really nice considering how big of an advantage it is. 35 to 26, Andre.
Very nicely done. And all of a sudden, look at that. Look at the income, Frodan. That's amazing. I honestly thought HerO was absolutely dead. I didn't think he can actually do this type of harassment, but he's proved me why he is such a world-class player. He has 3 Immortals to his army, 2 Alicia's 2. 29 to 36 right there. Income tab showing better for HerO now. I'm very, very impressed, but what is that Stalker count? 15 to 11. It's not even that much. I think that Immortal actually makes up for it.
I think you're right, especially with 4 Immortals can just one-shot Stalkers very quickly.
The big
thing I'll have to say though is that HerO's large army control in PvP has always been the weaker point compared to other people. If you watch him play against Rain or even some of the other players from last season in GSL in Season 3, it was very much the same story. Even when he played against Squirtle as well, HerO has a little bit of difficulty getting his stuff into position compared to his opponent, because Alicia is very clever with how he sets up his concave and he blinks into specific positions rather than just blinking it backwards. Also, this vision from here, the lack of vision, is going to come into play because Alicia is able to find a good spot where his opponent is weak and then isolate his opponent's units.
Nice little pick off right there. Goes back to the 4 Immortals, excuse me.
Oh, he can section off the Immortals. If he force fields, he can section them off. He blinks down to try to see if he can trap some of them. One of them do get trapped. And Alicia trying to find a good position to force HerO into a small area. And Alicia backs off. Very nice. And all of a sudden, the top of the ramp has been exposed. This position that Alicia wanted the whole time has been completely owned, and that's exactly what Alicia wanted.
Yeah, because Alicia, I don't know if I agree completely with this, but look at that. He actually segments one of the Immortals off. That's going to help out quite substantially. Now getting a little bit better position. Sentry Force Fields coming into effect very nicely, but does Alicia have enough? He has the better concave, Frodan,
yes,
and he might be able to do it.
He's blinking also to the south, below the assimilator as well, trying to set up a better concave. The Stalker's blink forward, trying to target some of the Immortals. 3 Immortals to only 1. HerO has to pull his probes.
Oh, and all the Immortals go down, Frodan. That's going to do it. Now targeting fire on all the Stalkers. Are you kidding me, Alicia? How did you actually do this attack?
The Immortals are targeting the probes, though, and HerO did warp in Zealous directly in front of the Immortals, so it's good damage, but Alicia just has too much.
God.
The Immortal still stays alive with 4 or 5 kills. Alicia is able to really whittle down everything, and now it takes a very decisive supply lead. More warp-ins from Alicia with plenty of resources left.
Wow.
HerO is running dry. And, man, we were talking about the positioning of Alicia was very clever in terms of how he wanted to force his opponent, trying to push the Stalkers back so he can isolate the Immortals. Very well done.
You know what, Ferdinand? I feel so bad right now for Rotterdam because I know he would have loved to cast this right now. Because this is an amazing PvP. Both these players just going at it. Alicia able to take this positioning. That's one of the hardest things to do in Cloud Kingdom. Try to get a top of this natural, because normally HerO is going to hug this no matter what. If you come in from this side, it's going to be an arc like that. But here we go, another engagement right now. But it's mostly sentries, Frodan, and sentries do not dish out enough damage.
Yeah, they don't have great DPS. GG. HerO leaves the game. Alicia takes game number 1, and it's say whatever you want about whatever build that he did, that HerO was able to do everything a little bit quicker and get more probes and still have the same thing and more Stalkers, but HerO was just a little bit behind Alicia. Alicia was one step further by being more clever in how he positioned stuff, how he fought for different areas of the map.
Just how close it was, too, though, Frodan. Like, think, HerO had to cancel his Nexus first, and then he loses his Nexus and is still able to make it so close. That should show you how good of a player HerO is. He was able to scrape his way back into the game. But God, I mean, there's so many different things. I just want to go over the micro battles. There are probably 4 different micro situations which I really want to focus on. I think we need a breaking down the game segment. That's what we need for
Maybe Andre's been lobbying that since the beginning of the season.
Man.
Maybe we can.
How sick would it be if me and Rotterdam just went crazy on some of these games?
I think it'd be really cool.
I think it would be too.
That's something we should consider, and something you should consider is to pick up your own Kingston gear. Thank you so much for sponsoring NASL with your awesome SSD and memory. For all information on Kingston, go to kingston.com/us/memory/HyperX. When we come back, game number 2 between Alicia and HerO will continue. So guys, don't go anywhere. We'll be back in 1 minute. Find out what happens when we return.